Alright, this is Andrew with Jota Home Inspections. Today is June 24th, 2024, and we're doing a sewer scope today here in Huntsville. We're at 7318 East, 200 South. We have the camera pushed out 95 feet to the septic tank. First thing I'll say is that when you're on a septic tank like this house, I would definitely recommend having the septic tank pumped and then evaluated by a specialist. This is only a video of the lateral line. This doesn't tell us anything about the septic tank itself, only that it's draining into one. Looks like at least right here you have a plastic line that will eventually transition, and we'll talk about that as we get to it. So far it's looking like you have good grade. I'm not seeing any standing water that would indicate improper grade. Looks like you have a rock pushing through a little bit. That's not uncommon. It's not broken through. It's a good sign that we're not seeing any standing water. That indicates that you have proper grade. So far we're not seeing roots, but we definitely will by the time we get back to the house. We just transition there. Can't quite tell what this pipe is yet. But there's a root. Once you have roots, you're always going to have roots. That's something that you want to have cleaned and maintained in the future. This could be cast iron, but what I'm concerned with is whether it's Orangeburg. Orangeburg was a type of pipe that they used that had, it's basically cardboard. Over time it compresses and kind of becomes oblong. It kind of has a similar brownish color, especially up at the top, kind of left side of the pipe. That looks very similar to Orangeburg. Cast iron generally has a lot more rust. And it looks too dark to be transite. More roots. I would definitely recommend having this line cleaned. You have enough and big enough roots that it should be cleaned. There's a section of pipe that's cracked. So that makes me think it's not Orangeburg. Orangeburg typically doesn't crack that way. When you have a crack like that, that's an area that a piece of the pipe could break out. That's kind of worst case scenario. Water could be getting through there, and that would make it easier for this area to settle. There's another section that's broken. That one's bad enough that I'll recommend that you do a spot repair. Once the line is cleaned, oh yeah, I think that was cast iron. Once the line is cleaned, I'd recommend having it evaluated again and seeing if there's anything that you're able to see once all the roots are gone that we weren't able to see today. All this cast iron will eventually need to be replaced. Just like further down the line, it will get rough and rusty. Weights can get stuck on it. You'll get more and more cracks. It gets thinner over time. I mean, you have issues today, so you might consider doing it proactively before it completely fails and backs up into the house. Parts of it are plastic, which is great, but you certainly do still have a fair amount of cast iron in it. The cast iron you do have has some issues that should be addressed. I'm going to end this recording now.